Controversies related to the 2019-20 coronavirus outbreak. There have been controversies about the 2019-20 coronavirus outbreak. Wuhan Institute of Virology purported accidental leak during January and February 2020. The institute was subject to concerns that it was the source of the outbreak through accidental leakage, which is publicly denied. In February 2020, the South China Morning Post reported that one of the institute's lead researchers, Shi Zhengli, was the particular focus of personal attacks in Chinese social media who alleged her work on bat-based viruses as the source of the virus, leading Shi to post, "I swear with my life, has nothing to do with the lab," and when asked by the SCMP to comment on the attacks, she responded, "My time must be spent on more important matters." Caixin reported she made further public statements against perceived tinfoil hat theories about the new virus's source, quoting her as saying, "The novel 2019 coronavirus is nature punishing the human race for keeping uncivilized living habits. I, Shi Zhengli, swear on my life that it has nothing to do with our laboratory." Misinformation aside, concerns on accidental leakage by the WIV remain. In 2017, U.S. molecular biologist Richard H. Bright expressed caution when the WIV was expanded to become mainland China's first biosafety Level 4, BSL-4, laboratory, noting previous escapes of the SARS virus at other Chinese laboratories. While Bright refuted several conspiracy theories regarding the WIV, for example bioweapons research, that the virus was engineered, he told BBC China that this did not represent the possibility of the virus being completely ruled out from entering the population due to a laboratory accident. Doxing of employees. On 29 January, financial news website and blog Zero Hedge suggested, without evidence, that a scientist at the Wuhan Institute of Virology created the COVID-19 strain responsible for the coronavirus outbreak. Zero Hedge listed the full contact details of the scientist supposedly responsible, a practice known as doxing, by including the scientist's name, photo and phone number, suggesting to readers that they pay a visit if they wanted to know what really caused the coronavirus pandemic. Twitter later permanently suspended the blog's account for violating its platform manipulation policy. Zero Hedge has since claimed the article did not claim the virus was human-made and that it only publicized publicly available details of the scientist. Resident Evil logo meme. In January 2020, BuzzFeed News also reported on an internet meme/conspiracy theory of a link between the logo of the Wuhan Institute of Virology and Umbrella Corporation, the agency that made the virus that starts the zombie apocalypse in the Resident Evil franchise. The theory also saw a link between Raccoon, the main city in Resident Evil, and an anagram of Corona, the name of the virus. The popularity of this theory attracted the attention of Snopes, who proved it as false, showing that the logo was not from the institute, but from Shanghai Ruolanbao Husan Biotech Limited, located approximately 500 miles, 800 kilometers, away in Shanghai. Doubts about official statistics. Case and death counts in China are influenced by changes in clinical case definition. Reporting in Barron's observed that the cumulative death statistics released by China is described by a simple mathematical formula to a very high accuracy with much less variance than expected, and quoted Melody Goodman, associate professor of biostatistics at New York University's School of Global Public Health, as saying, "As a statistician, it makes me question the data." A paper submitted to Eurosurveillance modeling China's official death rate statistics reported that in the popular press, there are also speculations about a large number of unreported cases, casting doubt on the usefulness of the reported numbers. Although this is justified in view of the length of the incubation period of about 6 days in this case, it affects all data uniformly. 2020 Summer Olympics. 2019-20 coronavirus outbreak itself has been a concern for the 2020 Summer Olympics, which is scheduled to take place in Tokyo starting end of July, and due to the Olympics the country's government has been taking extra precautions to help minimize the outbreak's worst impact. The Tokyo Organizing Committee and the International Olympic Committee have been monitoring the outbreak's impact in Japan. In the run-up to the Olympics, the Japanese Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare has been carrying out catch-up vaccinations for the large portions of the Japanese population left unprotected from common infectious diseases at the inoculation over the last few decades. For example, Japan has no mandatory mumps vaccination and is fourth in the world in mumps cases, after China, Nepal, and Burkina Faso, according to data from the World Health Organization, WHO. Following the outbreaks of rubella in Japan, which prompted the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, to warn pregnant women of travel to Japan in 2018. The country's Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare has been conducting inoculation of middle-aged men who had been left out of rubella vaccinations in the 1970s and 1980s. Misinformation, xenophobia and racism.